Hey everybody, it's Tim Shurr, and I wanted to give you a sneak peek at what's coming up during our One Belief Away Practice Amplifier signature 3-day live event that's happening September 13th through the 15th. That's just in a few days. That's this coming week. Woo! Super excited about this. This event is amazing. It is for therapists, for psychologists, for counselors, for life coaches, hypnotherapists, NLP practitioners, nutritionists, acupuncturists, anybody that's in the people helping profession. If you consider yourself a healer or somebody whose whole business is designed to help other people live their best lives, then I put this program together for you because there is such an epidemic going on right now of suffering for practitioners, for people who are out there every day trying to help the general public, trying to grow their business as well. And there's so much challenge, there's so much pressure, there's so much financial uncertainty and insecurity. And it causes us as the healers, as the practitioners, right, as the business owners who are in the people helping profession, it causes a tremendous amount of stress. And that stress can quickly turn into self-doubt and procrastination and anxiety and imposter syndrome and all the other self-sabotage that keeps us from showing up and shining every day. So I put together a 3-day program that helps you to fill in the missing pieces with your mindset so that you have 100% self-belief. We use the One Belief Away method to find your deepest blocks and fears, anything that feels like it's just getting in your way and keeping you from getting what you want. We're going to find them and we're going to eliminate them during this program, which makes this program different from any other program out there. Then we're going to focus on building your marketing system. I'm going to teach you how to increase your reach and your influence and your impact without having to spend $1 million on Facebook advertising or without having to do social media posting for 12 hours a day. I'm going to show you how to build systems and how to lay your website out, how to lay your landing pages out, how to figure out what content you should be sharing and who you should be sharing it with and when you should be sharing it, all the marketing strategies, because there's so many gurus out there and there's so many people telling us to do this, no, do that, do this, no, do that, that it gets us overwhelmed. And then pretty soon we don't know what to do and a confused mind takes no action. So we've made that simple. I've looked at all the different programs. I've been a part of so many programs. I'm a mentor for so many high-end programs that others offer. And those programs are amazing. They're fabulous. However, there's missing pieces in every one of those programs. And a lot of it has to do with our unconscious programming and the blocks that we have. And then the rest of it is, what am I supposed to do every day with my energy so I can actually get clients, so I can grow my business, so I can thrive instead of survive? And so I put together this Practice Amplifier program based on answering those questions. And it's awesome. Every single person who's gone through it said, wow, this is amazing. It's life-changing. It's different than the other stuff that's out there. It's totally worth it. You should do it. And so if you are excited about joining me and you already have your ticket, that's awesome. Woo! I'm excited. We're going to have so much fun. If we haven't met before and somehow you just found this video, then maybe this is the answer to those prayers. You know, when you're up in the middle of the night or you're just going through the day with a stomach ache, or you wake up first thing in the morning and you got all that pressure on you of, how am I going to make money today? How am I going to grow my business? What am I supposed to be doing? How do I get out of my own way? Then this is the answer to those prayers. This is going to give you exactly what you've been looking for. So I'm going to teach a little bit of it right now, just to give you a sneak peek. Okay, so we're going to talk right now about the 4 monetization multipliers, the 4 ways that you can grow your income fast. The rate at which you acquire money rapidly expands when you apply these 4 traits, right? So the first one is your influence. The second one is your impact. The third one is how much value you provide. And the fourth one is your reach, right? So your influence is, how influential are you? Are you getting to the right people with the right message? The people that are needing your services or your products right now, are you getting in front of them? And are you maximizing the results that you're getting? Are you converting people into prospects, or prospects into leads and into raving fans who then send you their friends and their family and give you glowing 5-star reviews online? Do you have a system in place to do that as well, so that you're not having to reinvent the wheel and do this with every single person one at a time? You create systems. Systems save you a tremendous amount of energy, and they actually grow your business faster while you are helping your clients, right? So yeah, how you influence people is hugely important, and most of us have not been taught the specific system for how to influence people. People are like, I need more leads. You don't need leads. You need more clients, right? You need more customers. So I'm going to show you how to use influence to close that gap and get those customers. The second part of it is your impact, right? How much impact are you providing? How much of a transformation are you providing for people? Are they going to you and feeling like they just got what they paid for? Or do they feel like you just blew their mind, like this was a miracle? One of the best compliments I ever got from one of my One Belief Away hypnotists, Roger Harris. He was a career firefighter for 30 years, and he wanted to keep helping people. And so I trained him to become a One Belief Away hypnotist. And he said that what looks like a miracle for you and me is just another day at the office for Tim. And I thought that was awesome, because we consistently are transforming people's lives and producing wonderful results with our clients, not for them, but with our clients. And so we are very confident that our One Belief Away method is like the special forces of personal transformation. We've combined the best tools, strategies, and tips from psychology, from hypnotherapy, from neurolinguistic programming, from all the peak performance technologies, and then of course from business and sales and personal development. And we have combined them together to produce a set of tools and a philosophy that is extraordinary. So we stand on the shoulders of giants, and that's why we can see so far. And so this is like 21st century transformation work. And so now we're teaching people how to do this, and our students are transforming lives and growing their businesses and feeling like they are in control of their destiny now, instead of at the mercy of whatever's happening in the economy or whatever's happening in their family life. So it's very gratifying. The third one is the value. The more value you bring, the more valuable you become. Yet you have to understand your own internal value. You have to understand how precious and powerful you are, that you're a lighthouse by the edge of the water. And so many people are afraid to turn their light on because they're afraid of being rejected or abandoned or humiliated, or things not working out and then feeling weak or feeling like a failure. And that's all false. Those are the fears that we all have to deal with, but that stuff doesn't really matter. You learning how to rise above that, you learning how to turn your light on is what matters. Don't let a stranger decide what you're going to do with your life, what your legacy is going to be, what your family is going to experience or have or not have. You don't want some stranger, who has the power to click like or dislike, decide how you're going to show up. I've had people that make fun of my hair, my lack of hair. I've had people, I made a video all about self-love and I got a thumbs down, right? That's not a reflection of me. That's a reflection of what's going on inside of them. That's their stuff, not ours, right? What we have to do in that situation is shine our light even brighter. Now, you might have had childhood experiences that made you feel like, when I shine bright, that's when I get hurt. Well, the best revenge is shining even brighter, right? The best revenge is success, right? And it's not about revenge anyway. It is about you living your best possible life. And we all need help. We all need support. That's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of intelligence. Intelligence is asking for help and going to the people who are not only going in the same direction as you, but have also accomplished what you want to accomplish, right? So we can be your Sherpas. We can help you get up the mountain safely so that you develop a set of skills that allow you to get down the mountain on your own and up the next one on your own, because you have developed a new way of being. It's not just what are the goals that I want to accomplish. It's who do I need to become in order to accomplish those goals, in order to have this kind of wealth, in order to have this kind of success. Who do I need to become, right? What kind of team do I need to build? Who do I need to collaborate with? What kind of partners are going to help me with this? Who already has the resources that I need? What resources do I need? A lot of times we don't have the answers to these questions and we don't know how to get them. So that's why we put this program together. It's kind of, I just take you by the hand and I'm like, here, we're going to go through this together. Let's go through this together. And then I've built a community of achievers and my army of healers who are the most amazing people, and they're caring and loving and they're givers and they're very talented. And so now we're grouping together, we're bonding together for this mission to end needless emotional suffering and to elevate the quality of results that people get when they go to those for help with counseling, right? How many times have you heard people say, I went to counseling for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and I never felt any better? That has to end. the reason it's like that is it's not because of the practitioners, it's because of the schools, right? What they're teaching. I got my degrees in psychology. I went to college and 2 different grad schools. So I got my degrees in psychology. However, I'm not using any of the tools that I learned from there, right? All they're doing is they're giving you tools that don't work. Then you spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to get a BA, a bachelor's degree, and then all of a sudden their solution is, well, you can't really do anything with that, so you got to get a master's, and then you got to get your doctorate, right? And then you got to do practicums, then you got to work in hospitals, and it's like, oh my gosh, right? They told me I wouldn't be able to start a private practice till I was 50 years old. I started my private practice when I was 25. I've been doing it ever since. I'm 53 years old now. What they told me back then is I could start my practice now. I've been running my practice for 28 years, right? So do not let other people tell you what you can and cannot do. And I want to share with you what else you can do now to help you. And then, of course, as you're learning how to develop your powerful mindset, 100% self-belief, and you are developing your skill sets, you're consistently helping people have mind-blowing results, and then you know how to reach them. That's what your marketing is. Marketing is just a love letter to your ideal client saying, hey, I understand the pain you're going through. I've been through that too. I found some solutions. Here they are. This is how you get them. These are the options for getting them. Let's do this, right? And enrolling. We're not selling, we're serving and enrolling people into more pleasure and away from needless emotional suffering, away from pain, right? And so the more people you reach with your message, the more impact you're going to have. And then, of course, the more value you bring, the more valuable you become. And so now all of a sudden you look and you realize, wow, I'm accumulating wealth and I'm living my dreams and I'm helping all these people. And when I look back at my life, I'm going to be like, this was a good life. It was a life well invested. All right, so let's dive a little bit deeper now into how we're going to increase your influence, your impact, your value, and your reach. Oops. So, all right. So there's 4 categories here. And we want to get into the 4th and the 5th one. So let's take a look at these 4 categories. All right. So we have workers, managers, communicators, and innovators. These are the 4 groups of people when it comes to influence, when it comes to reach, when it comes to having value and impact. So workers, no, hang on. I got a little message here. All right. So sorry about that. All right. So workers make anywhere from 0 to 75,000 a year. So my dad was an electrician at a steel mill. All my uncles were electricians. I didn't know anything about entrepreneurship. I didn't know anything about running a business. I didn't know anything about money. I didn't know anything about anything, really. I came from a small town. I had a small mind. I had small beliefs, and I had lots of anxiety and fear and insecurity that I was not good enough and I never would be. Right. And I battled with that for years, and it held me back for years. And then, of course, I had all these childhood experiences from bullying and everything else that I went through that reinforced that those false ideas were accurate when they were a lie all the time, when they were false all the time. I had an English teacher tell me one time that, I wasn't a good writer, and then I would never, that's not something that was in the cards for me. Well, I've written 6 books. I've got the 7th on the way, and my last one was a bestseller, right? So don't let anybody tell you who you are and who you aren't going to be. You get to decide that for yourself. Okay. That's why I always say you're just one belief away from having a huge, significant breakthrough. You go from I'm not enough to I am enough. I can't do this to I can do this. And I am doing this, and I'm doing it now, doing it now, doing it now. All right, great. So workers 0 to 75K, they have less influence, small impact, because workers are usually 1-to-1, right? So I started out as a worker. So I used to sell vacuum cleaners door to door. So it was one person at a time, right? Of course, they weren't vacuum cleaners. They were home cleaning systems. I used to change semi tires on big semis. I worked at Radio Shack. I had all these. I was a waiter at Red Lobster. I was doing everything that I could to pay for school and just kind of survive. I wasn't into thriving. I didn't learn how to thrive for many, many years. And so I did all kinds of stuff trying to figure out how to just get through the day instead of learning how to get from the day. So I had very small impact, very small reach. I was helping one person at a time, whoever happened to be in front of me. Most of it was commoditized, which means that what I was doing, anybody else could do it too. There was lots of people selling batteries and Tandy computers and and diodes at Radio Shack back in the day, right? There was plenty of waiters and waitresses out there serving food. God bless you, right? It's a hard job. It's a hard job. Always tip your waiters well. Okay. And but it's very commoditized, right? Anybody can basically come in and do that. And so you're not offering much value. And so your income is capped. They have this idea out there. There's this belief that you got to work really hard to succeed. And that's true, but hard work does not allow you to get to the next level. It's not just hard work, because people that are 0 to 75K, my dad busted his butt at the mill, working doubles all the time, 16-hour shifts, just to be able to make ends meet and pay the bills. And so he worked hard. So did everybody else. But it didn't mean that they were getting ahead. No matter how hard they worked, they might get a tiny little bonus. And then the reward was, all right, now you got to work 10% harder this year to make the same amount of money. Right. And if you don't like it, go somewhere else. That was the mentality back in the day. And it was unfortunate. So hard work will not just get you to the next level. So then we got to get to the next level here, and that is managers. Okay, so managers make between 75K and 200K, which is great. That's really good money. People think, oh, I got to be a millionaire. You don't have to be a millionaire, but you got to have a millionaire attitude if you're going to start making more money. But most managers do not have a millionaire attitude. They don't even have a leader attitude. They're not called leaders. They're called managers because they manage people. They don't lead them, right? But if you have a big enough team, you could make up to a couple $100,000, right? And managers can be very talented. Right? A lot of managers are talented, but a lot of times managers are really good at their job. So they got promoted, but it didn't mean they were good at leading people. And so now they get promoted and they're struggling and there's a lot of hardships. That's why they would bring people like me in to work with the teams and the companies and turn managers into leaders. Okay. So when you are a manager, your influence increases a little bit. Now you're influencing a team of workers. So your impact is 1 to a few. Usually you have 5 people on a team. Sometimes you have 10. Some people have 20 or 30 or 40, you know, or they'll, and it starts to get to be way too many. You can't handle all those people anyway. So, or what happens is you have other managers that you're now managing, right? So you provide value through productivity and efficiency. Here's your goal, get it done. Did you get it done? Did you not get it done? Get it done or you're going to get in trouble. You know, that was pretty much the leadership style, right? My way or the highway. If you don't like it, too bad. Now, of course, people aren't tolerating that. The younger generations are like, see ya, I'm out of here. You know, it's about culture and it's about feeling appreciated and feeling like you are enjoying your work. But a lot of companies still struggle with that. And so that's why they're having a hard time hiring people. That's why so many companies can't find people to hire. It's because the way that people lead other people and manage other people has been so bad for so long that, you know, people aren't even running out to get jobs anymore. So anyway, we could go on a big rant about that. That's not why we're here. So, all right. So what are we going to do next? Okay. What we're going to do next is we're going to get into this category. And this is the category of communicators. See, to really grow a thriving practice, you have to get into that level of communicators, and communicators are making between $200,000 to millions of dollars a year. And the reason they're able to do it is because they are influencers, because they're actually thought leaders. They're influencing how people think. They're out there in the world saying, have you thought of this? Did you know this is happening? Hey, this is breaking news. Hey, what you're doing is not the right approach. Be cautious, right? So we're out there educating people all the time. I am not a hypnotherapist. I'm not a coach. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a motivator. I'm not any of those. I'm an educator. I'm an educator. The reason that I'm in the top 1% of mindset coaches worldwide is because I've been educating for 3.5 decades. I've been out there educating. Well, that's not accurate. 3.5 decades. I would say the last 28 years, right? I've been in this game for 35 years, but I've been out there promoting and educating. Every time I learned something, I wanted to teach somebody. Every time I learned a new hypnosis technique, every time I learned some kind of mind tool technique, like, you know, when you look up and you breathe through your mouth, it actually quiets your mind. You breathe through your nose down to your belly, you slowly exhale, you do that 5 times in a row. It turns on your relaxation response. Little mind hacks like that, right? If you have a bad thought and you watch your finger and you just go like this, you know, for about 10 seconds, it kind of erases that bad thought for a moment. It kind of makes you go neutral, helps you feel more at ease. Little mind tricks like that. And I'm like, ooh, that works really good. Let me teach somebody that. When I discovered that unconscious beliefs are what's causing all the suffering in our lives, these unconscious beliefs that I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving of love if I take care of myself, it's going to make God mad at me. I mean, people have all kinds of crazy ideas that are false in their mind. And sometimes, a lot of times, we don't even know they're there. I wanted to tell everybody about that. And I have been. I've been on TV over 50 times. I've been on stages across the country and in Europe. I've partnered and collaborated with people like Bob Proctor and Brian Tracy and Les Brown and Dennis Waitley and John Ashraf and John DeMartini and Joe Vitale. Joe Vitale and I wrote a book together called One Belief Away. It's on Amazon. Go get it today. You'll love it. Right. And so I've been collaborating for years, teaching people how to get out of their own way, how to love themselves, and how to make their dreams come true. And so as a result, I've created a lot of influence. I've expanded my reach. I've given tremendous value. And when you do that, you get tremendous value back, right? So we connect with audiences through expansive reach. We're impacting and persuading one to many, right? One of the reasons why I wanted to be a public speaker is because I could sit in my office and talk to one person at a time, which is more like worker, or I could get on a stage and I could talk to 1,000 people at a time. And that's communicator, that's influencer. Now, I was horrified of public speaking, so I had to work on myself. I was always making it about me and my performance. And I realized that it's not about me, it's about my audience. I had to shift from being self-sorted to others focused. When I learned to be others focused, that's when I started caring more about what I was going to bring to the audience instead of what was going to happen to me. And it changed my game. I started really focusing on talking to one person in the audience, the one that was smiling and nodding their head, not the one looking at their phone or yawning or sleeping in the audience. You learn who to talk to, who to communicate with, right? Who your ideal client avatar is, and then how to communicate specifically to that person. That is when the magic starts to happen. But most people don't know how to do it. They just shut down. Have you ever been looking at something and it's like your brain turns off? You're like, it's so frustrating. There's nothing worse than feeling stuck, right? For us, joy and happiness is all about progress and momentum. It's all about progress and momentum for us people helping entrepreneurs like you and me. I know that's you because you're still watching this, right? People that aren't like us, they don't watch stuff like this. They're not into personal development. They wouldn't be sitting here on a Saturday watching a live stream about how to be an influencer to extend your reach, right? Only entrepreneurs like us, the top 10%, are the ones that would do that, right? The ones that are crazy enough to think that they can actually make their dreams come true are the ones who can and the ones who do. And that's you, okay? And me too. All right. So we want to provide value through stories, through success stories. One of the best things that I ever learned to do was work for the testimonials, not just the money. Work for the testimonials more than anything else, because having a great success story from someone who lost 150 pounds in 9 months, like Kathleen did, one of my clients, when I was doing weight loss for many years, because both my grandfathers died from type 2 diabetes. So I wanted to free people from sugar addiction, and I did great at that. I helped so many people that, might have died if we wouldn't have got them off sugar because their blood sugar levels were so off the charts. And we turned that around for them, and it was amazing, right? And then I helped people with just about everything there was. It didn't matter how much suffering they had been through. We were able to get them some pretty amazing results consistently, so well that I'm like, I got to teach this. And that's what my One Belief Away hypnosis certification is all about. It's like the special forces of transformation. But if you're interested in that, you got to go through the 3-day event first. So I've got a 3-day practice amplifier event that this program is part of. I'm just giving you a little piece of this, but we spend 3 full days teaching you the best secrets for mindset, skill set, and marketing so that you are able to get out there and put yourself in that communicator status, right? So you're reaching more people, your influence is higher, you are doing extraordinary work by getting out there and influencing the masses. And it's awesome. It feels so good. It's an amazing way to make a living, because you're not just making a living, you're making a life that's fulfilling. So when you look back and you realize, I helped so many people, I went through so many tough times, I'm so powerful, I can handle anything. That's why I always say it doesn't matter what shows up. What matters is how you show up. And you're going to show up strong and powerful and resourceful and confident and in charge, right? I'm in charge and living large, right? And remember this, high energy equals high income. High energy equals high income, right? So we want to engage in activities that allow us to have high energy, that make us feel excited, that make us feel passionate. And then we're going to share that with those around us, everyone that will listen. And the people that you want to connect with the most will know how to find you, because during the 3-day Practice Amplifier event, you're going to learn how to get in front of them, what to say when you're in front of them, how to cause them to want to work with you, how to cause them to demand to work with you instead of anybody else. And it won't matter how much competition you have. It won't matter how much other people spend. It won't matter what's going on in the economy, because people will always be in pain and they will always need your services and your products. And I'm going to show you how to set this up in a way that's going to finally help you win, because I've been through all these programs and I ended up going, I've been through all the live rah-rah programs. I've walked on fire. I've climbed telephone poles. I broke arrows with my neck, all these, strategies that you're supposed to use. I've done primal scream and sweat lodges and fasts and meditating and, walking meditations and self-hypnosis galore and you name it. I've done all that stuff. And then about 2 weeks later, I'd be sitting in front of my computer and I'd feel like I'm in the same place again. I feel like I'm stuck again. How can that be? How can that be that you work so hard, that you invest in yourself so much, that you're willing to have so much courage, you're willing to spend so much money, you're willing to do so much to put yourself on the line? That's not normal, because none of your friends and family are doing that, but you are. How come it's not working? How come it's not paying off? What happened to the law of attraction, right? And then people say, well, it's just your mindset. Oh, so frustrating, right? But I found out that it's not your mindset. It's unconscious beliefs that are hiding underneath that self-talk. That's really what's sabotaging us. We never got deep enough. So we're cutting the top off a weed. We're not pulling them out at the root, right? That's the problem. And then the second problem is that we haven't been taught the skills that are good enough in the right order to produce amazing results where people are like, wow, this is awesome. I'm telling all my friends about you, right? And then the third part of it is the marketing piece. We just have not done a good job of, people have not done a good job of teaching us how to really market and turn what we're doing into automated systems. And so I figured I need a simple system, a step-by-step, take me by the hand, show me, do this, tell me what to do. I'm a good doer, just tell me what to do and I'll get it done. And so that's what I built, because I couldn't find it, so I built it on my own. I pulled from lots of different programs over the years, from lots of amazing, brilliant people that are out there right now, and from people from, from the last several decades and the last several centuries. There's always been brilliant people out there, and I've been learning from them. And so I got all the musical pieces, all the notes, and now I put them together in a order that produces an incredible song, right? Your favorite song. And that's what the Practice Amplifier program is. So if you want to get a ticket, go to practiceamplifier.com, practiceamplifier.com, www.practiceamplifier.com. The whole 3 days is only $47.99. I'm not even letting money get in the way, because people are like, oh, I can't afford it. I can't afford it. If you don't do this, you won't ever be able to afford it, right? That fear of not being able to afford it will always keep you there. You'll never get past poverty if you don't shift that thinking. People that are successful are always thinking, how am I going to afford it? How am I going to do it? What am I going to do? I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to find a way, right? We beg, we borrow, we figure out what we need to do to be able to get the tools that we need, to get the support that we need, to get the coaches that we need, to get the programs that we need, so we can collapse time frames and get over those humps and make it happen. And if you don't do that, then you're never going to get anywhere. And if you've done it before and now you're afraid, right? And your bank account's smaller and it's dwindling and you're like, I got to do something. This is it. This is it. That's why the price to get in is so low, so I can give you tremendous value up front. And then some of you, maybe you, will go on to do the One Belief Away certification program and business mentorship, which is amazing, right? Next level amazing. All right, so let's keep going. The top level here are the innovators. And those are the ones like Elon Musk, right? Those are the ones like, Amazon and Apple and these giant companies and the visionaries that started those companies. Those are the people that have really taken it to the next level, because they are game changers. They changed the world. Like the iPhone changed the world. The desktop computer changed the world, right? Artificial intelligence is about to change the world. Elon Musk with his electric cars and SpaceX are about to change the world. So these are game changers. So they provide so much value, so much reach, so much benefit. And that's why they are the biggest movers and shakers. The top people in the entertainment industry or in the athletics industry, right, with sports, they earn that money. You're like, oh, they don't earn it. They do earn it, because you have no idea the competition and what they had to do. Now, there's always a little bit of luck in everything. However, we have to create our own luck, right? And a lot of luck has to do with being prepared and showing up. And when opportunity strikes, you're already prepared and you show up and you answer the call. So many people are not prepared, or they're not answering the call, right? So what we have to do is, our sweet spot is right here. We are the communicators. We want to make sure that with the communicators that we are always improving our ability to communicate with others, our ability to communicate the right message, our ability to get in front of the right people. People are like, my program's good for everybody. Yeah, I know, I get that. But start with conquering your community, or conquer your niche, right? Find your favorite fishing spot and start there first. People are like, I want to fish the whole ocean. You don't have enough energy, you don't have enough time, you don't have enough bait, you don't have enough money to fish the entire ocean. It's too big, right? We live in an abundant world. So you got to figure out what you want to catch. So maybe you want to catch mahi-mahi. Okay, great. Well, mahi-mahi, where do they hang out? And what time of day is a good time for them? And do they like shade, or do they like sunny weather, right? Should we do it in the early morning or late afternoon or at night? What kind of bait do they like, right? Is it shallow water or deep water, right? When you start to understand that, then you know exactly where to go, exactly what to provide to, so that when you throw that hook in the water, people bite. The mahi-mahi bites, right? That's what a client avatar is. That's what getting clear on who you're going to reach out to and what message you're going to share with them, so that they're like, that's awesome, give me more. And then, of course, you give them tremendous value. See, the old sales model was, you know, give me your credit card and then I'll give you the good stuff. The new sales model is, let me give you tremendous value. And then it's so good that you're willing to pay me whatever you want or whatever I charge, because they already got value and they already know it's going to be good. They already have trust. They already like you. They already appreciate you. You've already, that's what I call setting it up to win before you arrive. And we'll be talking more about that in day one of the Practice Amplifier program, right? So that's how we do it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the screen share here for right now. So again, we have our 3-day Practice Amplifier. It is September 13th through the 15th. 13th through the 15th. Okay, that is this coming Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific time, or 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern time. Or if you're in the UK, then it's going to be, you know, later in the evening for you. Right? We have people that are up in the middle of the night from Australia to tune in, because it's that good. Right? The program is good. Now we have a VIP option. It's $149. You can get the replays, but it's so much better for you to be there live. It's just way better for you to be there live. The replays are really for people that have come live. Then now they're like, this was so good, I want to go back and review and review and review. Right? It's not really for people who just want to catch it and watch it another time, because you probably won't. Right? So I want you to make sure that you commit to being there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, September 13th, 14th, and 15th. Check it out. Go to practiceamplifier.com, practiceamplifier.com. If it doesn't load, then it's like, oh, does that mean it's a sign? Yeah, it's a sign that you need to add the www.practiceamplifier.com. That's all that means. Okay, go there, get your ticket. We're going to give you a free ticket for a friend as well. Plus, we're giving you a bunch of bonuses. You'll see it on there. The Take Action Workback, the Abundance Mindset Playbook, right? The Content Generator Playbook, free digital copy of my One Belief Away book. So many cool tools, tips, and strategies. And then we're going to get you into our private Facebook group as well, so that we can continue to mentor you and coach you and help you, so that you can live your best life now. You can grow your business. And remember, you're just one belief away from having a huge breakthrough in your life. And so I strongly urge you to invest in your skills, invest in being a communicator. Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest men in the world, said that there's something that you should do to secure your financial future. Invest in yourself and invest in a business, right? A business that you own, because no one can take your skills away. No one can take your wisdom away, right? And so there's going to be a lot of changes in the world. There's more uncertainty. I don't know about you, but it's everybody I talk to is suffering and hurting in some way, stressed out, overwhelmed, just so much pain going on. And in the world, there's going to be pain. But so much of the suffering is optional and unnecessary. That's why my whole mission statement is to end needless emotional suffering. And I'm building an army of healers to help us accomplish this mission. And we are going to. And so for those who are ready. And if you're somebody who's ready, then go to practiceamplifier.com, enroll, and we're going to spend the next 3 days amplifying your practice. Thanks so much. Appreciate you. Talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.